About 8 months ago, Blizzard announced that they're working on this little game known as Diablo Immortal, and it surprised them when they made this announcement that the reaction from the crowd, well, it was less than positive. I think that's putting it mildly.
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones.
So Blizzard are now working on making reparations to their brand. Interestingly, apparently this involves not mentioning Diablo Immortal at all, since we haven't heard a peep about that since the announcement, and I suspect it's probably getting closer to release now, although how they're going to do that without damaging themselves further, I literally have no idea. Not only that, but the company as a whole is struggling. Most of their franchises and games are not pulling the weight that they were expected to, and even super popular games like World of Warcraft and Overwatch are, I'm sure, providing a nice income for Blizzard, but nothing like they once were. The market today is just far too competitive, and when you have errors, mistakes, blunders like the Diablo Immortal mistake that Blizzard made last year, that isn't going to help plenty either. So Blizzard are also coming under slack due to the fact that they are unfortunately doing lots of layoffs recently. And by the way, the layoffs are still ongoing. It wasn't a one-time thing, as many seem to have assumed from a few months ago. Even to this day, many employees at Blizzard are not certain of their future there. And if we come to this article from Monde, which is a French publication, and I'm going to leave a link to the original in the video description so you can check it out if A, you speak French, and B, if you don't mind subscribing, which you'll have to do to read the article. But I'm going to be quoting from Icy Veins here, which has translated a relevant portion of the article, which has to do with Diablo 4. And the article reads, at least the bit that's been translated, after having spoken to the employees, we are told, "What about the future? Teams at Blizzard Entertainment have already been presented with the long-awaited Diablo 4. Of course, we already know that Diablo 4 is in development. Blizzard have practically told us as much without mentioning the game by name, but they've told us that a Diablo PC game is in the works. And a lot of people suspected that 2020 is likely going to be when we'll be hearing about it. But according to this article here, depending on how this is translated, I've seen another translation on the internet which puts this as a planned release for 2020 at the earliest. Icy Veins translate it as the game will not be released before 2020 at the best. So it seems like 2020 is the internal date that they're working towards. But interestingly, if it is planned for a 2020 release, then why haven't we heard about it more officially yet? Usually with their new games, Blizzard do like to announce them several years before their actual release. Not talking about expansion packs, just talking about main game releases. But they could be trying something new this time, and all the rumours do suggest that Diablo 4 has had a turbulent development, with various parts of it being scrapped and started from scratch. But 2020 seems like a sensible guess. But also this is more than a guess, because this is what the employees themselves are saying. And if that is the case, I highly expect we're going to be getting some decent information about the game out of BlizzCon this year. As a matter of fact, there were rumours that Diablo 4 was going to be announced at BlizzCon last year, but Blizzard decided to pull that announcement so that they could focus on Diablo Immortal. What a great decision that turned out to be, Blizz. Anyhow, I think we have to hear something about Diablo at BlizzCon this year, without any shadow of a doubt. People are going to be coming into this BlizzCon so sceptical, so cynical because of what happened last year, that Blizzard are going to literally have to blow people's minds away. Thinking like, Keanu Reeves coming out and talking about Cyberpunk, I think we're going to need something similar from Blizzard this year. And it's interesting, this article also mentions Overwatch as another game, Overwatch the sequel, as another game that's in development for release next year also. And we also know that this will be the year, if Blizzard are keeping with their consistent schedule of World of Warcraft expansions, this will be the year when the next WoW expansion will be announced. So potentially at BlizzCon this year, we could be getting a WoW expansion announcement, an Overwatch game announcement, and a Diablo 4 announcement out of the three things that we know of. In fact, I would say that those three games are actually fairly likely, if not almost certain, to be announced this year. That would definitely make it the biggest BlizzCon in terms of new game announcements that we've ever seen previously. And maybe that would be enough, maybe it won't be to start repairing fans' trusts. But however big BlizzCon is, I still suggest a healthy level of scepticism. Whatever bells and whistles are put on as a veneer to try and, make fans happy again this year, won't change the fact that the inner turmoil within the company is very much an ongoing issue. And a lot of the employees themselves still don't know what their future looks like, and if, according to this article, they will even still be around as these games are released next year. But with their current products not meeting expectations in terms of revenue streams, it puts a niggle into my mind just how they are going to be monetising these games going forward. Diablo 4 in particular is a game that would suffer a lot with microtransactions. That game is about the grind. Don't make the auction house mistake again, Blizzard. You cannot do that. You might make money, but I think the damage to the brand would be absolutely reprehensible to the point that it would never be recovered. Alright then guys, well that's the news then coming out of this article. Diablo 4 is currently planned for next year, and we'll have to see later on during this year at BlizzCon just what the game is going to be looking like and how it's going to be revealed to us. But thanks for stopping by today guys. Hope the video's been helpful to you. Please do share your thoughts in the comments below. In particular, are you going to be hyped for Diablo 4, or has Blizzard put a damper on that for you with recent events? Take care folks, I'll see you next time. Well folks, thanks so much for stopping by the video today. Now perhaps I might be able to persuade you to come and join us over in the Fuzzfinger Gaming Discord channel. It's a great place where we can continue on with the conversation, and I'll leave a link to it down in the video description. Until next time guys, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.